candidate for tax assessor, Horacio Lopez, better known as Lacho. How are we doing today, Lacho?
We're doing real good, Paul. Thank you for having me. Things are great. Things are really good.
What's going on? Tell me.
Man, nothing but positive feedback. Things are really good. Been all over Laredo, north, south, east, west, Loyalty, Mirando, Bruni, everywhere. And the people are responding really great. Really great. They want the change. They see the change in me, and I'm going to give it to them. But
right.
they need to help me get into that office first.
I've seen a lot of great positive stuff with your campaign. I've seen a lot of people have underestimated Facebook is what it is, okay? And I've seen you push that, and you've been tremendously being, how can I say, embraced by Webb County, or Webbidians.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, and it shows. You know, one of the first times, and I was talking to my cousin here, said about 2-3 weeks ago, I ran into a group of veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, ¿sabes con quién vamos a ir? Con Lacho, el buen muchacho. And I go, that's right. We're going to go with him. And
I like that.
And to me, that was nice. Let's touch base. You work where? What are you doing right now?
Well, right now, I'm a city employee. I work for the city of Laredo in the finance department, specifically in purchasing, working with contracts, and processing, you know, for the needs of the city, right? Being in that position, it's there is some responsibility that comes being there, because it's safeguarding the people's money. You know, the people deserve more. The people deserve, you know, public servants that are going to really take care of them. And for what I've been doing these past few years, I have tried to serve my community without making such big waves. I'm not about the recognition. It's not a thing for me. I don't care about that. But the fruits of my labor haven't given me the results I want, and I think being in this position is going to give me a higher platform to reach them, so that people know that there's somebody here who really does care about them.
You know, our ex-tax assessor, Ms. Patricia Barrera, she did a wonderful job bringing, I guess, faster customer service.
Of course.
Customer care.
Yeah.
For what it was to what it is now. And every year, I think it's been improving in such a way.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And you come from a non-political family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There's people in Webb County that are always turn around career politicians, if you know.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, that's what people are complaining now.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's always the same names. And it's good to have a person that is standing up for the community and saying, you know what, I think now that this position is open, I can go in there and with my energy and grow and make that thing grow. Is that what you expect? What do you think?
Well, I'll say this: energy. I've got a lot of it. I've got a lot of energy to burn that I'm going to put into use for the people. You know, like you said, there's a lot of politicians out there. I'm not a politician. I will never be a politician. I don't plan on being a career politician. What I do plan on doing is leaving a mark in Webb County, leaving a brand, as how we were speaking about earlier, that people will love. People will follow it. People will look for it. I want the people to look to me and think, this guy is here for us, you know, and I am here for them. I want them to see that, like, having sat on the other side of having been on the other side of the fence, you know, I've seen the frustration my people have with the lack of progress, or the lack of, you know, jobs, or all these problems that are hindering our growth, and this is a chance for me to show them that it is possible for us to progress. You know, I will bring that out. You said Ms. Barrera did a great job in that office, and I'll never take away from anybody else's previous work. I'm just here to add on to it. You know, her customer service was great. That's fine. I'm going to build on that.
Sure.
I'm going to build on that. I'm going to bring it into the 21st century. I'm going to save people money by not using so much paper. You know, we have people that still like to go to the office. That's fine. They can come in. We're still going to have a physical office. We might, if we can, we're going to move that office to a better location to better serve all of Webb County, or provide satellite offices so that the people that still want to go into an office can go into an office, but with excuse me, more convenience at a location where they can go. You know, there's no parking downtown. What, you know, it closes at 5 or at 6. Some people, you know, most jobs in Laredo are 8 to 5. People don't have the time to go. Sure. So what are we going to do to help those people, the ones that can't make it there from 8 to 5 or from 9 to 6 or 8 to 6 or whatever time? We're going to give them some technology. We're going to give them some more convenience. You know, pay your stuff online. Have your receipts online. Have all your stuff online. If there's a way that I can facilitate for them to get their plates, like, faster, maybe upload their information there, and then boom, just go pick, you know, oh, this guy's coming in. He's got all his paperwork ready. Insurance is verified. He's got the sticker. He's got this. He's got that. Okay. He's going to come in. His name is this. Show him your app or show him, you know, whatever. Boom, placas out the door. You know, we want to make it faster. We want to give people more convenience. Customer service is a thing. It's a thing you're gonna get everywhere. You're gonna get it at McDonald's, at Wendy's, at the hospital, wherever you go. Walmart. People give you customer service. It's a given. You have to give people customer service wherever you go. But what else are you bringing to the table? And that's the one thing that I'm the only person bringing anything else to the table. You know, some of my opponents. Oh, I have on the job experience. That's great. That's fine. But what else do you bring to the table? One of the other ones, you know, oh, I'm going to provide customer service. That's a given. What else are you bringing to the table? You know, one of the other ones is, again, bringing experience and a non-financial background. That's fine. But I'm the only candidate running with a master's and bachelor's in accounting, over 10 years of finance experience, and I'm the only one with a platform. And on top of that, and this is just icing on the cake for me, is giving the students, because I was a student here, a portion of my salary, so that they can start having some scholarships.
That I have yet to hear somebody say that.
Well, I'm glad I'm the first one doing it, because they are our future. Mm. I am the future. They are the future, and we're here to secure it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And you know, I've seen a lot of students. I used to teach at LCC for a while.
Sure.
And I've seen a lot of students.
I went to LCC.
You know, and they come out and they say, hey, you know what, Profe, I'm going to go out to Austin, to Houston, to go find a job because they can't find a job here.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on? And it's true. We're losing a lot of our youth for other cities that are giving them jobs.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that is happening.
Yeah.
And to hear a lot of them say, you know, my name is not so-and-so, so I can't work for the county. My name is not so-and-so, so I can't work for the city. I'm not related for so-and-so. And I would always look back and I say, you know what? They're saying the truth.
Yeah. I know. I've felt it myself.
And we have to stop that in a way. You know, we have to embrace our community. And right now, it's this election, like I've told many, it's a very important election because we just passed an election where the silent vote voted, mm-hmm. which was a Proposition A.
Yeah.
And the silent vote came out and said, you know what? You're not going to have it.
Yeah.
And they were against the taxes. They were against the money that we're going to owe. They were against that. And I think that silent vote is still out there lingering, and you're going to see a difference in this election. I might be wrong, but of what I'm seeing, of what I'm reading, what I'm seeing on the people's comments, they're tired of all that's been going on in the past.
Yeah.
They want change.
Yeah.
So I see folks that have been the little dynasties that are around might not be around anymore. And it depends. Yeah. If I'm wrong, and about what I've been seeing,
mm-hmm.
then, and I was wrong, right? But if I'm right, then we have a different footing.
Yeah, yeah.
Might be going into a different direction for Webb County and the city.
Well, to that I have to say that the law of time is change. Change is the one thing that is constant throughout time. what happened yesterday is not the same thing as tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now. And I think we're hitting that tipping point where people are just right there and they need that little push. You know, they want the change. Change is sometimes scary for some people. You know, some of us look at me and I look young. You know, I look young. I'm 30 years old. I'm not that young, you know, but I look young. And people are like, well, he's young and he's a different generation, this and that. The one thing I tell them is, you know, to any parent, you know, they have children, right? The parents get old, the children grow, the children take care of the parents. It's the same thing right now. We're not here to take anything from anybody. We're here to take care of the previous generation, the current generation, the coming generation, our generation. I mean, we're here to secure a future, not just for us. I mean, it's for our younger siblings and grandkids and everything. I mean,
of course.
Right now, the current situation is closed off to many of us, and it only benefits a certain few. But everybody deserves a piece of the pie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm in full agreement with that. What do you see the county as a whole in comparison? Because you say you work for the Laredo,
for the city
of Laredo, right? So you already work for the municipality.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see the differences between Laredo and what do you think are the differences in the county?
Well, I've had my experiences in both. I would have to say that there's a little bit more leniency in the county as far as what you can or can't do or who you can and can't associate with. But in reality, I don't see too much difference other than, you know, their capabilities. Obviously, the city has a larger budget to work with and is capable of doing more, right? And so we need to have people, leaders in the county, in the city, that will work together and facilitate that growth. I plan to be one of those, regardless of what position I'm in. I might just be the tax assessor collector if I'm elected. But my personal goal is the growth of this county and the progress of the people here. About 33%, just under 33% of our population lives in poverty, and that's just ridiculous. Nobody should be living like that. I mean, we live in an age of technological advancement and so much access to resources. Yeah. Why are we not offering up more resources to our people? Why are we not facilitating the expansion of Laredo? You know, certain deals or whatever have to be made for the betterment of our people. It's an unfortunate thing, and we might have to make them. I mean, I don't know the situation in its entirety. What I do know is that my people, the people of Webb County, myself included, because like I said, I've been on that side of the fence, we want a better future.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. What other points of views do you have about what has happened in the past in comparison to, you know what, I know you already talked about facilitating things with online and opening up satellite offices and stuff like that. How would that, do you think, go with what the commissioners think? Do you think they'll...
If they're progressive, they're going to want this because, you know, progress means better. And better is always good, you know. The world is digital. The world is digital for whatever it is, you know. Computers, cell phones. I mean, back then you carried a Walkman, a CD player, a radio, and that's how you listen to music. You had to have a phone, you know, connected to the wall or whatever. You know, dial-up internet. We have, you know, fiber optic cable. And do we ever want to go back to dial-up? Nobody wants to go back to dial-up. That dial-up is back in the day. It's gone, you know. we got to go forward, and that's where I'm going. And if they don't like this, then they're not forward thinkers. And I'm not just looking at the scope of this office, right? I mean, that's the one thing that my education allows me to do is I get to see a broader view of things. Like, my mind is so expanded to the point where I'm looking at everything from all the different angles. You know, well, if we do this, what about this? Or if we do that, what about that? Or what are going to be the repercussions of this? Or, you know, and so I take as much data into account. You know, I plan the strategy according to the numbers, according to the available data, to come out at the best possible solution or the best possible movement forward. That's what everybody should be doing. I mean, nobody ever takes a pay cut. I mean, some people might for the satisfaction of a job. That's a personal thing now. But we're talking about the overall betterment of the people, of that office, of the county, of the city. You know, we always move forward. That's number one. You take care of your people will take care of you.
Well, that's a good thinking, but not always do we move it forward. So
Well,
we've been stepping a couple of steps backwards
Yeah.
the last couple of years. So we need folks that think alike to move forward.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Okay,
Or we just need somebody to spark that.
I don't think the community's against that. I think people want things to be a lot easier.
Yeah, of course.
We live in America, microwavable world,
Yeah.
where you push a button and they want that to already be done.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that are going to be a lot easier in the future. We have kids now that are growing up. The one that troubleshoots my computer and my phone and everything else is my 13-year-old son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he knows more about it than I do.
Yeah.
You know, and I know more about it than my father, and so on and so forth. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know? And the kids that are growing up now, I mean, they're on computers. I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing everything that way.
No,
So
life is online.
So 15 years from now, 10 years from now, it's going to be a total different world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So I understand where your rationale with this, which is a good place to be.
Yeah. Sure.
But we need to understand that we live in a place where there's a lot of different, how can I say?
Viewpoints,
Not only
mentalities.
viewpoints, there's a lot of egos, and I think everybody should just kind of step back down and bring everybody's ego down and say, you know what is the betterment for the community?
You're talking about
You know?
humility.
Yeah, and I think, and you're coming in here and you're talking that way, and that's nice to hear.
Well, I'll have to revert back to the way I was raised and my morals. I don't come from well, do I come from a big family? Yeah, TV was not a luxury back then. So yeah, it's a pretty big family. But no, really, I don't come from a big name family. I don't come from anybody who's politically tied. I don't have a silver spoon in my mouth, and that may or may not resonate with some people. But at the end of the day, my father raised me to shake the janitor's hand, just like I'm going to shake the judge's hand. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves their respect in their right, in their field for whatever they've done. But more importantly, how do you really come across to the people? Like, can you bring yourself down or up to a person's level, right? I could go outside and talk to the janitor right now, have a good conversation with him, talk about his family, his kids, his goals, his dreams. I could go talk to, any political official and have an intelligent conversation about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I've never looked at a person's vocation.
No, exactly.
To separate that person as being a human being. I've never looked down or looked up at anybody. I've had icons in places that I said, that's what I would like to be, because those icons are, you admire those people that have done those.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And that's a total different thing.
Yeah.
But when I looked up at my father, I looked, and stuff like that, and what he did when I was growing up, and I respect him and everything else, and I'm glad for what he gave me, and the morals and and all that stuff. But I think the character is something that we come in within our environment.
Yeah.
And you're showing that. You come here from Laredo.
Yeah.
And that's great to see.
Yeah.
And not because you're here.
No,
and I'm telling you that straightforward. And that's something that if God wills it, you get elected. Because we're still going in there. There's 4 people running.
There's 4 of us running.
And more than likely, that's going to be a runoff.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
More than likely.
And and once you go in there, and if you're going to keep the same attitude, you're going to go far.
Yeah, or else my father would. He'll still give me the back of the hand if I get out of line.
And I know your father, and know him very well, and I think it's going to be a good one. I've seen the energy, and that's what we were talking with Sergio and I were talking about, that energy that you've brought forward. It's changed everything.
Yeah.
And you're a younger generation than us, and you've seen that social media.
I like to push the boundaries.
You know what I'm saying? And you've seen it go forward. There's a candidate out there. He's running for a congressional district, but in Arizona. His name's Brandon Dilly. And he talks about the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
And he talks about how he's raising donations and everything through Facebook and through Periscope and stuff like that. And it's interesting of what he's talking about, because people are changing now.
Yeah. The world is changing, and we need to keep up with it.
And people, he says, man, the other day I went to a campaign, and they said, I'm voting for this guy that's on Facebook. Guy, that's you.
Yeah.
Never knew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, that's interesting, And
yeah. Well, I've had that same resonance with the people. Actually, I filed, right, and I hit the ground running. As soon as I filed, I hit the pavement. I went to South Laredo, Altamirano, Bruni, Rio Bravo, El Cenizo. I went to all those places. I've seen you on Facebook. Put a sign in my house. Okay. Yeah. Cool. You mind telling your people to vote for me? Help me out. Spread the word. Yeah. They'll call me up. They will call me up and be like, hey, my people want to talk to you. They want to meet you. This guy, this friend of mine, he likes what he's hearing about you. He likes what he's seen. We showed him your picture. We told him who you were. Yep. They want to meet you. They want to meet you. Yeah, schedule it. I'll be there. I'll go talk to your people. And I've been so lucky that the people have welcomed me with a very warm reception and open doors and open arms. And it's overwhelming for this to be my first time running and have that amount of support and energy just pouring in from all different areas, from different walks of life, from the janitor to the politician to whatever person is out there, right? I mean, people are they just like me, and I still can't figure it out why, but I'm very grateful for it.
Well, maybe it's your aura.
Maybe.
And well, now it's early vote.
It is early voting, yes.
And folks, go out there and exercise your right to vote. And remember, they've changed a couple of changes now for early voting. Now you have the fire station right across St. Patrick's on Del Mar.
Kendrick Salinas Ochoa in South Laredo.
Okay. What else? Billy Hall, no?
Billy Hall. Yeah, all those are early voting sites. And for anybody who would like to find them out, you can find them on my personal Facebook page, my public Facebook page for my political page. And if anybody is listening right now, if what I've said sounds good to you, if you like this, then vote for me, Horacio Lacho Lopez, for Webb County Tax Assessor, and I won't disappoint you guys.
Here's another one. We're running into a couple of folks, and they said, do we get Republican or Democrat folks right now? Everybody that's candidate from Webb County, they're all Democrats. So do not throw your vote, and I tell the Republicans out there, do not waste your vote. Go out there and throw the monkey wrench, and let's clean up the cesspool out there. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I want to thank you.
Thank you, Paul, for having me here.
And Sergio, you have a good one. Because we're over
Thanks,
there laughing because, we're the opposite, the yin and yang, but I'm more of a yang, he's a yin.
Hey, well, that's the good
but
thing.
That's it. He's still my cousin. I love him to death.
Oh, that's a good thing.
You guys have a good one. Remember, exercise your right to vote. And Republicans, do not waste your vote. Okay? Webb County needs you.
Yes, we do.
Bye.